Mothers are the most awesome people ever. So, I'll try to stay on topic. That's what I'll try to do. With all the mess of everything that's happening now in this January first week of January? Yeah, it is first week of January. Okay, so, preconceptions link, missing link. So why am I doing this, right? Why am I starting from literally day 0 or pre-negative, whatever, how many days you want to call it? I'm starting here because this is the most important part. This is the part where you can actually control. In a sense, you can't really control life, but you can control how you perceive life. You can control how you respond to life, right? And so a lot of times I work with a lot of different moms, a lot of different kiddos, in a sense where they're a lot of times kind of in the perfect storm, in the aspect of where they're a lot of times moms, I'm sure they love their babies, right? They love who they've gotten for who they birthed out, whatever it is. A lot of times when the baby's sick, they kind of wish they'd done something more. They know the answers and know solutions, and that's why I want to begin with day 0. Day 0 for parents, for to be mamas to be, whatever it is, so you know exactly what to do, what you're looking for as well. And so people ask during this time of, oh, when are you gonna get pregnant? When are you gonna have your next baby? When is that gonna happen, right? So when that's literally asked all the time, when you're either in your 30s, in your late 20s, even 40s, it gets annoying, right? It gets under your skin. It gets to a point where you don't want to hear it anymore. That's why you hear so many women, so many people writing their posts, writing all these different things, and experiencing that they don't want to hear anymore because A, either they're not trying, B, they're trying and it's not happening fast enough yet, or C, they just don't want to try anymore and they're adopting or whatever it is, right? Or it's that in between of all those 3 different sections and spectrums. And so I get it. I don't extremely get it for every single person's situation, obviously, but I get it. When you're in your 30s, you have a nephew, and you feel the pressure from either it's parents, either it's other people, or or the nonstop of, what about you? When is this gonna happen? Sometimes you gotta lay down the line, because that's kind of what I did. You lay down the line of what you expect and what you plan to do, and that's that. You don't have to be taking in everyone's information because your mind is precious. Your mind is yours and no one else's. That's the question that you'll get towards this, what the missing link is. Like, the question of what you can literally do today is to answer that one question for yourself. If you do nothing else but to answer one question, one thing you can do to progress to what your next step is, all these different things, is answering this one question, which I'll go over that in just a little bit. And so what most people don't know, what most people or ladies may not know, because they don't tell you when you're watching TV. They don't tell you when you put on these advertisements, these things of, oh, you need to freeze your eggs. Is it too late? Is all these different things, or all these unknowns. Kind of understand why they're going at it, what they're poking at. They're poking at your fear. So, truth be told, I'm one of those people who like to expose the truth, like to show you what options there are. Either may seem like a good, bad, whatever option it is. I want to show you all the options so you can choose what's right for you at that moment in time. Because a lot of times you may think, when I was 16, I wish I knew that birth control wasn't good for you. Not 16. 16 is really young. Let's go a little older because that was 16. I didn't get started till I was 18. But, but all these different things, right? You think during that time, no one told you birth control is bad, or maybe you haven't heard that birth control is bad, but a lot of times when you're in that zone of research to where you're trying to have a baby, you realize from all these different gurus, different doctors, different people saying birth control isn't the best for you because it's not the real period. It's not the real hormones. It's not real. Literally, it's not real. And so that's the reason why you want to take in consideration what people are saying. And so most of the advertisements, they play on your fear. They play on what you're lacking. They play on what is not enough, what pokes at you to make you want to do something, want to buy something. And this is solely for informational purposes. Is not to advise you for, what you should do for your health, all these different things. What I do, if you do have a question, feel free to message me, DM me, in regards to that. If you do have questions on that specifically for your case. So this is purely educational, purely informational. And so they play on the aspect of your eggs are too old. Your all that stuff that might not have enough time. It's too late. And the thing is, it's a myth. It's a myth that it's too late because why? The science, if you literally look at the science, a lot of times people say this is the science, that is the science, whatever the science. Whatever it is, whoever says what's science, look it up yourself. Look it up, research it. Don't just believe me. Look it up so you understand and then know what to do. Because the last thing I want is for me to tell you exactly what to do, and then you're just kind of not sure, you feel lost. That's not how I want you or any one of my patients, clients to be. I want you to be empowered. I want you to understand. If you don't understand, I have a lot of my favorite ones do ask me. They do question. They do all these different things because I'm that person. I attract the people who I am because I question everything. Despite, the germ theory is actually a theory because if you really look behind the history, is way more than that. You can't hide away from the world and be healthy because that's not how the life works. It's not how life evolves. It's not how babies are not the cleanest, sanitized being ever. If you have a baby, you've been near a baby in general, should be told their immune system is growing and developing way faster than a lot of us because they're literally taking in, feeling everything. But back to the egg part is a lot of times people think, oh, you're too old, the eggs are too old, all these different things, right? The thing is, I do have answers for you. I do have solutions for you. I do have colleagues in all different parts and corners of the world. So if you have questions specifically for your area, let me know. Which people do, which I really have a lot of questions about that part. And also, in regards to fear, right? In regards to, I should switch this so I can have my notes here. Is they play on your fear. They play on exactly what you are scared of, and then they do what they want to do in regards to convince you to buy certain things, to do certain things, to inject certain things so you feel safe. But in reality, safety is an illusion. Safety is, insecurity is a perspective. Because even though you feel, you're in your house, you feel like you're covered from the walls and everything, but in reality, are you safe? Are there things around you that are toxic? There are things around that are carcinogenic, which are cancer-forming things. Yes. And so really, are you safe? In reality, do you know what's going to happen next? No. But the goal is to be at your best, to know your best, to have the abundance of information so you can choose from there, all these different information, to where you can understand why you chose that. So if you see something else, something different, you know why you want to support it or evolve to a different answer. And so the goal is for, if you to really look back when, at yourself, because a lot of times during preconception, during, baby making times, you think that you want to, you're thinking, man, kind of looking back, how was my mother? Is that what my mother would have wanted to do? Is that the best idea? Is that how I want to be? All these questions come up during this time, right? When you're planning to have a baby, when you're planning that you might have a baby, when you're thinking of the next baby in general. And so the thing is, if you put yourself in your baby's shoes, what does your baby deserve? What do you deserve? Is when I do that for myself, is I think I deserve the best. I deserve a mother, a parent who understands and knows what's going on with health and makes the best decision for me. Because obviously when you're a baby, you don't know anything. So obviously you want a mother, a parent to understand and know what to do. Because you look to them. Obviously a lot of times when you're a kid, you're a child, you're a teenager, you look to your parent thinking, oh, you know it all because I don't know anything. And then later time, your life is kind of shattered when you realize they're not really adult. They're more like older kids. And so your life is shattered, right? But that's not how I want you to be. I want you to evolve with your kid. I want you to evolve to where you learn and grow with them so you have the best knowledge at the best time where you can actually understand. And so that's why your baby deserves to be healthy. You deserve to be healthy. Your baby deserves to be happy. You deserve to be happy. And that you both are thriving. Hey, Minnie. Are thriving versus surviving. And so when I hear so many different people asking, or so many different blogs and so many different groups, chats, all these different things that talks about, what can I do? I have X, Y, and Z condition. I have X, Y, and Z thing with my thyroid. I have X, Y, and Z going on with PCOS. I have X, Y, and Z doing my weight. All these different things, skin, all these different stuff, right? Is how do you want to be when you're preparing for life? When you're preparing not just life itself, but your life will evolve. Your life will change. Your life will literally reset to something, to evolve to someone, to where your baby needs you to be. And it's not going to be the same. It's just not. Because if you talk to any mother in general, they will say your life will be flipped upside down to where your insecurities, your pain points will be poked and prodded so many consistently times to where you're so tired. But the thing is, why would you want to feel so tired? Won't you want to heal first? Won't you want to heal at your best, the most you can be before this all happens? Don't you want to have your cup full versus half full and then figuring out how to fill that with a baby with you, with a newborn with you, right? This is what this is about. This is why it's so important to figure out your missing link. Because every person's missing link is different. And a lot of times people, mothers or moms to be that come to me with a very similar missing link. That's the reason why I start with a foundation when I work with couples, when I work with people, that you stabilize that foundation first and then you add on top of it. Because the thing is, basically in the Lego and a foundation in general, if you build a pyramid, if you're building, because life goes on, you continue building and building and building, there's things to where things can almost get taken away because you don't have enough. So you're like, oh, I'm going to compensate for that. So part of the Lego on the bottom is like off, but you're still continuing to build it because life goes on, right? But how do you fill that, right? Or do you go back to it and consider what's been missing? And so a lot of times people continue to go, where they don't understand they've been compensating for so long, what they've been hurt with, and what they've prodded with and poked with for so long, that they don't understand what's going on with their own body, why the numbers are so off, why supposedly it's so normal when nothing's happening, why all these things are not happening fast enough, all that jazz, right? And so that's where this period, this frame of amazingness time, especially beginning, right, of January, of life, of everything just kind of renewed, is how do you want to model to your kids? How do you want, because the thing is, no matter what it is, when you have a kiddo, you'll be their model. You will be their everything, whether you think it's right or wrong. That's why you want to begin with the best foundation you know you can be, keyword be and know, to where when they model that they understand why that is. And so that's why for a lot of my clients, the nervous system is the key basis to how life functions. Because you know what's inside a nervous system? The brain, literally the brain, because you don't function literally without a brain. Your spinal cord and the nerves is your nervous system. A lot of people is like, oh yeah, your nerves, all these different jokingly aspects, right? But your nervous system is the key foundation to where things stem from. So I recently read an article that the Weston Price is it Institute or whatever, I don't know what they're called, but Weston Price in general, they talked about how if your baby has different crooked smiles, if you notice your baby has one eye is higher than the other, one side smiles higher than the other, or just nose crooked, whatever it is because their bodies, while they're developing, were under attack. Their brain stem was under attack by something. And so if you have a healthy body, if you have a healthy body that can adapt to the environment, that can adapt to stress, that can adapt to all these different things that comes your way, that we see a lot of times, especially this week, that you see in the news, that comes your way, you know what to do. You know how your body can be to where you know that it can still be healthy. Because the matter of fact is, the truth is, if there's nothing wrong, there's nothing to attack. I'm going to say this again. If there's nothing wrong inside the body will not attack itself. The body will not get rid of something. That's why it's so miraculous if you know about the term, the science term apoptosis, it's destroying old cells, it's destroying dead cells to where it's not useful, it's not productive and supportive in your body, therefore it renews. And so your body will not attack itself unless it needs to be, because there's something wrong with it. There's an issue about it. Because the thing is, your body wants stuff that supports it. That's why this preconception time is so important. Is why would you start with your cup half full with stuff that still needs to be healed versus healing yourself to the max as you can, right? And so that's the reason why me personally, I'm not talking about everyone in general, that's why me personally, I have this 5-year goal to reset my body, to renew my body and its cells and everything, right? Because when there's a myth that says your eggs are too old, you may not have a kid, therefore you need to freeze your eggs, truthfully, that is a myth. Truthfully, the doctors did not dig enough to understand why that is. Therefore, they do certain things to make it sound like, it's you gotta freeze this before it's too late. All is scare tactic. The thing is, are you going to give in to the scare tactic, or are you going to research and understand your body so you're not attacked, you're not poked and prodded, you're not going to take the next best thing, untested, and experiment your body? Because your blood cells and your egg cells actually renew itself every 120 days. I'm talking to the woman. Every 120 days. And if you're a guy listening to this on my replays, it's 90 days for the sperm to renew. And so when people are given the answer from a doctor, a professional, whoever it is, when they're too late, when there's not enough time for you, understand that they did not look at the science. Understand they did not understand their body. Understand that they are just speaking from a book that they were told. Because the thing is, if you really want to know the answer, if you really want to know your answer, the answer that you're searching for, literally it is out there. It is that next practitioner that you're talking to. It is that person. Because the thing is, They have the answer. The answer is literally out there. Is how much do you want to know the answer to where you are not told that you can't have a baby. You're not told that you don't have enough. That you're not told that you're not good enough. Because you decide that. Your body decides that for itself. When there's a really famous researcher, biologist called Bruce Lipton, if you know who I'm talking about. Dr. Bruce Lipton says that you can't be in growth and protection mode at the same time. So understand this, how it relates to the egg and the sperm, the bees and the birds, right? You cannot be. Your body will not allow you to be, because it's trying to survive. If you're in that survival mode, which a lot of times we want in that thriving mode, right? Your body will not want you to have another life when you cannot sustain your own life in itself. It just does not want to. No matter how much you want this baby, no matter how much you want that, it will not want to. The thing is, even though you do, and it happens, which is not, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, because life happens, right? Life is miraculous in itself. Is that when it does happen, how will you make sure that you have the most abundant self for you to help your baby thrive, and then thrive after that? Because you, the mother, you are the lifeline to your baby. You are the lifeline, the power cord, the electricity that comes from your body to their body. That's why there's umbilical cord. That's why everything that you eat, you take, you think, whatever it is, goes straight to the baby. So imagine the brain and the nervous system. The brain in itself is the first thing that forms. The very first thing, the first week, the first month that it forms before you realize that you're pregnant. That's the first thing that forms inside your baby. So if you are doing things that are poisonous, that are not the best, or whatever it is that's happening, that is affecting their brain. That is attacking their being at that time. That's why we need to understand what are the essentials that we need. Not just for the mother. What are the essentials that's good for the egg to form within those 120 days, or for the sperm to form in the 90 days? What are those essentials? Those 8 essentials, that whatever essentials that you want to call it. What are those essentials that you need in order for those things to be at its best, so your body doesn't get rid of it? Because it doesn't get rid of it for no reason. It get rid of it because it's not the best for you. It's not the time for you. It's not all these different things. Because like I said, apoptosis, the science word, literally, scientific word to get rid of dead, bad cells that's not there for you at the right moment, that is your body's working for you, literally for you. And so when you have regular clinics that say that you aren't enough, that you have blood tests that tells you that you're normal, yet nothing's happening, dig deeper. Dig deeper to where you can understand what health literally means. Because without blood test that you get from your doctor is not enough. That regular doctor you go to, nope, not enough. Because there is a blood test that they actually never learned themselves unless they dig deeper to be certified as a functional medicine practitioner. They don't know the healthy version of that blood test. The healthy version to where people need to be in regards to be healthy. They don't know. They just know the bad numbers. They know pathology really well. They know disease very well, but they don't know what healthy means. Literally don't know. And so, yet, that's why you don't get your answer. That's why you don't get the solutions that you're looking for, because they don't know. So why would you ask someone that does not know? Why would you ask someone or read things when they don't know? That's why you search for all these different things to make sure that you get the whole picture that you can actually choose from, whether it's right for you at that time or whatever it is. And so if you, like I mentioned, if you want to learn more, stay tuned for my next videos that's coming up, because this is the first part, day 0 aspect of the whole holistic journey of from the egg, sperm, whatever you want to call it, from that very beginning, very get-go, before it all forms, all the way to the baby, the adult, not really adult, maybe like 5 years old, the pediatric sense, all the way there. So that's what I'm going to talk about this whole January, because I want to have a great brand new start for you, not just a reset that other people are telling you to reset, not just a reset or the new world order of what other people tell you that you need to be, but the renew of yourself, what you choose to have in your body, what you choose to supply yourself with, so you can control and you can have the empowerment of what you need and want to be. You want to be, not what other people are telling you. So, like I mentioned, there's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of misinformation out there. And so if you want to find the answer, if you want your solution, that solution is there. It literally is there. You just need to search for it, the ones that are censored. And so that's why a lot of times when you have certain things that keep on going, and you have certain thoughts that keep on cycling over and over again, these are habits. This is your body literally trying to protect you, because your body, your head, your mind do not want change. It does not want different, because different means danger. Different means unknown. And if you can imagine public speaking, like not really what I'm doing now, but in general, public speaking, putting yourself out there, me putting myself out here in this vicinity of public where people can tell me, oh, your eyes are puffy, your hair is jacked up, or whatever it is that, people are saying that I mumble, all these different things, that is danger. That is danger to where you could get hurt, to where people can attack you, where people can all do all these different things. But the thing is, unless you have a message, you have an answer, you have a question that is so important, that is so your number one priority, those things don't matter. And because your answer, your solution matters. The one that you want to hear, the one that makes you understand and know that that is right for you. Because sometimes it's all in the gut feeling. Sometimes it's all in there, down there, in your sacral, in your gut, whatever it is you want to call it, in your heart. It's all in there to where you know when you hear it. You know when you see it. You know there's something fishy about that going on. And the thing is, if you feel that, it might be true. And if you don't know, research it. Because not one person is right. Even though that one person may be saying certain things, like I'm saying certain things that may be yes, but I'm not always right. Truthfully, I'm not always right. When I'm not always right, I search and see something, oh, it's different, then I change my mind. Because, okay, I learned something new. That is different. Because the thing is, we grow, and it's okay that we don't know everything. It's okay. I didn't know everything when I was 16 in science class. I didn't know about this 120 days, 90 days for eggs and sperm. I didn't know that. I didn't learn that till like a couple years ago. Because I would have freeze my eggs. I would have done all these different things thinking I didn't have enough time. Because someone else told me I didn't have enough time. And so the goal is to figure it out. The goal is to understand. The goal is watch the next video as coming up next time in regards to the next one is pregnancy. So understand what it means to have a healthy pregnancy, what it means to make sure that you're at your best, you're glowing, you have your best pregnancy. That's why I research a lot, especially in the Webster technique. There is a way to not be feeling awful and miserable. There is a way to not feel nauseated. There is a way to feel your best at your pregnancy. So that's the next video. And then after that, there's postpartum and then pediatrics and all that stuff. So the last one is my favorite, but we're gonna head on to the next one, because the last thing I want you to not know is not know when you need to know. So I'm gonna leave it at that, and then I'll continue the conversation. If you're on Facebook, I'm on there too. Yeah, so have a great Thursday, and I'll see you guys soon.